Hello everyone and welcome to the intraday video for a Bitcoin price prediction. And in this video I want to cover some indicators based on a special request from Injiterms. Injiterms is a active subscriber for the channel and always send some beautiful comments. Thank you very much for your beautiful comments and likes as well, and I would be glad to cover these signals, indicators for you and for everyone. So let's see what's going on with the MACD first on the monthly chart. As we can see on the MACD, we are in a high volume of buyers, right? However, if we take now the trend from the previous volume to the current one of this cycle, we see that we did not reach the same higher high of the volume, which is kind of a signal that yes, we are starting to see a lower and lower volume, right? And especially with the parabolic trend that we see in our monthly chart, right? Which is very well can very well explain what's going on, right? This one. However, does that mean we're not reaching a higher high and this is going down? Definitely not. Okay, why I'm saying this? Because if you look back at this cycle here, where you saw the highest high amount of volume reaching exactly here, and then you are still in a very green, right, until the thing starts to go down, and you see here a downside in a lighter green. However, you still have reached a new higher high, even making a lower lows here on the volume. Therefore, I always say that you cannot really rely 100% on MACD as an indicator, but sometimes it's really helpful for example, to tell us where the trend, the full trend, has started to reverse. For example, in case here you can see this top. Of course, it shows you that, okay, we might start to see a downtrend, right? When the downtrend happened, here it has indicated that, okay, the downtrend has finished and we're looking for an uptrend, right? So basically this is it, but you cannot really rely exactly. Look here how it has shown a green candle again, right? Again, and showing higher high. So this what we might also expect during our cycle. If you are afraid, okay, that this is going down, okay, I'm gonna sell everything I have, right? So of course not. I mean, it can still make a very green candle again and go massively for a new higher high. So this is regarding the monthly. Now on the daily, and of course on the monthly, it says that it says that we are looking for reversal, of course. Now we know that we are in the mid of our cycle and we still are looking for one higher high, which is wave 5, right? And normally you will see the highest volume on a wave 3, which is already there, right? We finish our wave 3, the strongest and the most explosive wave for the cycle, and that's it. All right, then we are looking now for a 5 with one candle here, at least monthly candle, as we saw here in green, right, in a very green, to get our wave 5, then continue, of course, for the next cycle, right? So now if we move to the weekly, of course you see a lot of red here, and you see like, okay, we were in light red where we got some upside here, and then we are in very red now, and what is going on, and also the trend is very looking towards the downside. Okay, yeah, it might be. However, if you look also at the history, right, we can see that we can see that how the volume of the red was diverging, right? I mean, look at here. This is your lower low, and this is your lower low, which is higher. But here you got a lower low, which is lower. Therefore, you got kind of divergence, right? Once you get this, you start your trend towards the upside. Now, the opposite here is happening, right? I mean, here we have started with lower low, right? And we're going higher, right? While here is your lower low. If we want to take this and this is your next lower low, we see also a divergence, right? So that means, yes, of course, we might be in a very big reversal market and we might see some more downside. However, that doesn't mean that we are not going to reach a higher high, okay? By the way, also regarding the weekly, I mean, okay, the trend signals are very down, but look what happened here. It didn't went directly, rather it has made a second wave and then went directly under it, right? So we are expecting anyway a retest maybe here, right? And while doing this retest, you are expecting your volume here to start going towards the upside, making another wave towards the upside, going for a higher high, then turning again and going down towards the downside for a new cycle, right, on the weekly. So this is MACD on a bigger time frame, okay? And yeah, I hope that was clear enough for the MACD, what is going on. Now let's move for the RSI, the Relative Strength Index. So of course on the weekly and even on the monthly, let's see. Okay, yeah, on the monthly we can see, of course, a divergence. If we take the trend for all-time highs, right? Of course you see a clear divergence, guys, right? A very, very clear divergence. Taken from here to there, okay? I mean, this is a monthly, yeah? Look how much lower we see. However, don't forget we did not finish yet, right? We were not done yet with our cycle last wave. So we are still expecting an overbought still, which is gonna comply, of course, with this divergence, right? So once we see this divergence hit again, this trend, then we are expecting a move towards the downside again. And of course, and this is indicating that we are still not in the overbought area and we are now getting a reversal. Once we retest this, that means we are very close this month, yeah, for a higher high, to move a higher high. So that is a nice indicator actually here. It's working perfectly, right? However, this is a big divergence. Once we hit this, then we are expecting a very trend down. And remember, again, that's why I made our parabolic study here, showing that, okay, this might be our last higher high that we might get. In the next cycle, we might just range here and range at the same price. Yeah, I believe that the next cycle is not going to be the same, guys. And I think it's going to be a sideways between the 100K and the 50K or 60K. Here it says, okay, 47 for the fibs, so that's 50K. However, after that, in the next cycle, we might still see some downside or a new parabolic one, right? A new parabolic thing. Nobody knows. Of course, you cannot predict that time, right? Maybe Bitcoin will not survive until that time. Nobody knows, right? So, yeah, the weekly, I mean, it's the same. It repeats itself, as you can see, right? So this is for the weekly RSI, and for the daily it would be interesting just to see what's going on. Yeah, in the daily we saw a beautiful rejection on the RSI, and if you remember when we were here in the trap, right, of the 1-2, and then we got this massive drop down. So that was I told you that, okay, let us not celebrate, because I still doubt, because yeah, the RSI was still not hit for the oversold, right? And yeah, this is exactly what happened. Now we saw an oversold, and then we see a reversal, and we go up again. So yeah, and we are over the trend line. So that's good. That's good. Still a very good signal. What we are expecting is a rejection and a move towards the upside for higher high. Now I just want to show you one more indicator that I create myself, just to let you know also that I'm a developer at the same time. I mean, that was also my job, so I create my own indicator, and this is a very powerful indicator for me, to be honest, and I use it as an indicator to tell me on all exchanges, platforms, okay? So I gather all information on all the exchanges platform, how much the volume of sellers and the volume of buyers, right? So, and it make a comparison, all right? And it gave me a signal, okay? So for example, on the 4-hour chart here, okay, you can see where the bears and where the bulls start to get into the market, okay? For example, let's say here, okay, let's say from this point, okay, the bulls has started to enter. You can see higher volume of bulls entering inside the market, okay, and then, okay, this is a strong signal that we are getting a reversal after this downtrend. So here where you start to see, okay, the bulls are entering, and then, okay, once you see a weakness during this trend, okay, you want to buy, right? And then you move up, then of course, and the beautiful thing, it gives me the signal, of course, exactly on the candle before the trend line, right? So as you can see, signal, okay, there is bears here, a lot of bears coming in, and all right, you sell, okay, here it tells you it goes up again, and it didn't give a move down, because of course the calculation is still the same, almost might be the same volume, so no need to give a down still, and here we go, still up, all right? And then of course during this uptrend you start to see some bears entering the market, right? You don't have to sell directly, of course. I mean, only when you start to see a strong weakness, right, or several entry of bears in the market. So as you can see, it works really nicely so far. Of course, I'm still testing this, and of course now the indicator is not for selling or even to be published for to be used, but however, now of course, I mean, I'm still testing, but it works perfectly for me. For every candle, okay, it gives me a signal that is a big trend towards the downside or towards the upside. It's the same here, okay, it says the bears start to go in and so on, and then we see here like a look at this one, all right? I mean, here, okay, we got up. Then this massive big trend, it came twice. So you got your first signal, your second, third, fourth, that a massive downtrend is coming in. Now, why is this a trend downward coming in? Of course, many people were trapped, and yeah, of course, now it's gonna become where the bulls are very strong, okay, and then we got this move up and a recovery. However, that's why today also I said, okay, I don't see this a good signal, all right? If we start to get some bears here, of course, it doesn't mean now we're gonna move very down, but if we start to get a signal here, that's not really good, okay? And it's a 4-hour chart. Of course, this this indicator works on all charts, on all time frames, and of course you can give it some tweaks and so on. However, basically it's better to use it, of course, on higher time frames. I mean, also for the lower time frame is nice for scalping, but it can be very tricky here because, look, I mean, you are in a downtrend, but like it shows, okay, some bulls are entering the market, but you're still down, right? Therefore, I don't like to use it so much in the lower time frame, preferably in the 4-hour and the daily chart. And look at the beautiful daily chart. We can see that we got a signal here, a bullish signal for our trend towards the upside, which is really nice. And you can see this was working exactly during the correction, down, and then, okay, the bulls has entered, and here the bulls, the bears entered, the bulls start to enter here, and 1, 2, then, okay, massive bears, and okay, if I had this indicator before the trend here, because I got the indicator, I mean, very lately, right? I start to develop it. However, yeah, I mean, we got beautiful indicators before this massive down. However, it was very late for this. However, still nice. Okay. So of course, I'm gonna share from time to time some signals from my indicator, from my own indicator. I don't know what to call it yet, but yeah, these are the things. All right, guys. So that was the video, intraday video for Bitcoin. I know it was a little bit long, but however, I just want to keep the spirit a little bit high and trust Elliott Wave as well. Of course, the indicators are nice, but you cannot rely on them every time. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button if you like the video, and see you in the next one. Have a nice day. Bye bye.